Good evening, everyone. My name is Al Nardi. This is a meeting of the Springfield Historical Commission. Today's date is the 15th of January, 2026, 5:30. Welcome. I would like to start with a roll call with our commissioners, and if we have a quorum. Walter Kroll. Present. Judy Crow. Judy, you hear us? It's on mute. Dixon. Kevin. Here. You. Dan. Vincent, Judy, are you present? Can you hear us, Judy?
I am here, yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I know Verizon had an outage, so maybe that was part of that. We can hear us now.
And so, first, the acceptance of the minutes, and the commissioners had a chance to take a look at them that were emailed to us.
Yes.
I do.
Like to make a motion, we accept the minutes as presented.
Do I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Kevin. Right, Alnari, yes, Walter Kroll.
Yes.
Kevin. Yes. And Judy.
Yes,
Thank you very much. The minutes are accepted. So we will begin with the public hearings as continued from the previous meetings. First is 102 Thompson Street. Someone here does that with us. 102 Thompson Street. We anticipate the meeting, no?
I guess we can table it and see what happens.
Yes, why don't we
We'll put them at the end.
basically.
We have 172. Is that wrong?
Yeah, that's on the agenda later on,
Oh, okay.
but you're on there. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
How about the 92 Marengo Park solar panels?
He said he was running late, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Some rates on hold. 30 Spruceland Avenue solar power panels.
Winner. Just come on down.
Come on down. Please state your name and residential address for the record.
My name is Mitchell LaRose. Representing Ruth Valley Solar for 30 years. Still have.
I'll join you since I'm the owner. Okay.
We need your name and address for the record.
Bruce Mahoney,
Yeah.
30 Spruceland Avenue.
Perfect, thank you.
Let me just read a brief to the audience. The reason for the continuance of hearings was continue to allow the representative to update proposed design in accordance with the commission's feedback, which included relocating many of the solar panels from the primary building roof onto the detached garage, moving the shut-off switches and utility equipment far back from the primary building as possible, ensuring the conduits do not be seen and run in the attic, and any visible conduit to be painted to match the surface that it is affixed to. So, some of those.
Sure. So I'll go through the questions. First, can they be moved to the garage? We did a structural assessment sent to our engineers of the garage. Significant work would be needed to be done to make that suitable to hold the snow load and structural load of the panels. This would significantly increase the cost and expense of the project. We did work to reduce the size of the overall system, but we really need that size system to that energy that's being consumed with the house, almost having to be consumed for the house. For the utility meter and the AC disconnect, the utility company wants things as close as they can be to the front of the building, along with the AC disconnect. It's standard industry practice for the first responders and utility company to have to disconnect right next to the meter, so shut off in case of emergency. The disconnect is a small rectangular enclosure, approximately 12 inches tall by 8 inches wide. It's actually smaller than the utility meter itself, so it is pretty small. Wiring run through the back of the attic of the roof. I reviewed the plans, and we do have a crawl space on the west plane of the roof. We will be able to get up and under the array without any exposed conduit on that side. So we will need a little bit of exposed 3/4 inch UMT on the exterior of the house. In my professional experience, I've worked on a lot of, I work on the service side of the business. I've seen a lot of conduit that's been painted from installations predating even our company existence. The paint does not hold well and can actually, feel and look a little bit more off-putting than painting may do. So while it can be done, I would advise against it. And we went over the system size, and you do have some photos. There's another house right on the street with essentially the exact same design. As the
It's
one
actually
that
it's
or-
another street in our neighborhood, yeah, it's, I think, Berkeley, it's Spruceland. No, Berkeley, maybe, but it's a similar. That's the one.
The one to the right, right?
Yeah,
The red one, yeah.
Can you slide over to the driveway side, because I think that's what. Because basically everything's gonna be on each side of the roof, right? Yes.
Right, so similar to this house here that's in our neighborhood.
Yep.
That's.
Yep, so just so you know, when we have applications come forward,
Sure,
we look at your application.
okay,
Because there's lots of stuff that gets done. Not all of it went through
okay,
the neighborhood, sometimes things didn't get done, they just kind of did it. So sometimes it's hard to point to something and say, well, they did that, I'm just gonna do just like they did.
okay,
There may not have been a record of it, there might have been some other meeting on it, so. Or some reason. They're right, there might have been some special exception that was made,
Mm.
so it's always good to get a point of reference for how things are. But generally, we look at, your house and then kind of the historic guidelines on solar in general, because we've done a lot of these, and the rule of thumb is, or the saying is always minimally visible on anything. Whether it's conduit or shut offs or the panels, everybody gets unique panels and they have to touch, so they have to see the sun. And everybody knows you have that conduit, the question is how can you make it least visible,
sure,
right? Because we're gonna have the benefit of it without kind of disturbing all the great stuff that probably brought to the house itself.
sure.
Right, so.
So let me be clear, I think I heard you say there will be no conduit on the roof.
on the west side.
On the
We
west
we
side.
have attic access, so our goal as a director who works in solar. Is to always make things as minimally invasive. If it's a house in the middle of Berkshires that doesn't see any foot traffic, or something that has a sidewalk directly in front of it like this. We're never, going to spray conduit all over the roof, like you're kind of mentioning. So, yeah,
So when you say only on that side, what do we need to see on the other side?
it's hard to say exactly. We can't go over the peak, which would be like a simple wrap over due to fire setbacks. We would likely poke out of the backside of the house, wrap around, and then tuck right back under the array and get over the peak.
So the turn would be in the back of the house, not in the front.
Yes, we do our best to do that. Correct.
And. Go ahead, Kevin.
Give the assessment for
Wiseland, they're based out of Utah, the engineering firm.
structural engineering.
Correct.
You ever report from them?
We could get it.
So just for point of reference on the shut offs. As we're looking at the house now on the street, where are the shut offs gonna be?
Is your, I think your utility meter is on the.
It's on the other
Yeah,
side.
on the opposite side.
I mean, 2015, so.
Yeah, so,
good?
yeah, we have so we just. Yes, so we have a box there now, because they had to update all the electricity because
Okay.
it was so,
Yeah.
you know, outdated.
Mhm.
So we now have a box there, right
So-
under that. Right under that window,
The first window or the
the
second?
first window,
Okay.
yeah, which is where they had, you know, that's where.
Okay, so you have an
Eversource
electric
said
meter under the window right now.
we have an electric meter.
Okay,
under the-
and that's where the other shut, the shut off is right
There
there.
it is.
Okay. Perfect.
So where would all your equipment be, to the left of the meter?
We would put just the AC disconnect right on the left side of that meter. Like I said, it's about half the size, if not smaller than that,
Mhm.
meter with the meter base.
Okay, so it would be just the disconnect.
Correct.
And the outside conduit, any conduit that would run down the outside of the house?
Likely not, we would probably try to run it down the back side of the house,
Yep.
Just because that makes the most sense for if we're popping into the attic. To get under that west array and then wrap it around the other side,
Yep.
And then we're probably gonna put the inverter on the back side or.
Okay. Great.
To the conduit, the inverter would be down in the back.
Right.
Gotcha. Commissioners, any other questions? Judy, any question from you?
No questions.
Okay, thank you. This was, we did have a public hearing.
Yes.
It was continued, but I don't think we did.
I don't think we did speak out because we didn't know the details. So,
I could open the door, right?
Yeah.
So,
I think we should.
okay, so if there's nothing else from the commissioners, I'll open it up to the, public. Do we have anyone who would like to speak? Either for or not for the solar panels on 30 Spruceland Avenue as it in Bushland? Yes, please.
Hi, I'm Harry Seymour. I live at 68 Washington Road, and I support this proposal. I think they're doing everything that they can to minimize the appearance.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else? One. They'll bring me back to the commission. So Commissioner, I think we've heard the only other question you had, but I think you answered it that the conduit coming down will be in the back. So I'm not concerned about that. Any other commissioner have any other questions or for detailed information or I'm open to
make a motion, we accept the application at 30 Spruceland Avenue for solar. With the application as it's stated, along with the details provided tonight for the shut off.
do we hear a second, please?
Second,
Thank you, Judy. Any further discussion? Yes, I'll take a vote. Kevin Poppy? Yes. Yes, Walter Crowe
Yes.
and Judy Crowe.
yes.
Thank you, Judy.
Good.
Thank you.
So, tell everybody, what's being approved is what we laid out, if for some reason you have to move the conduit to the front, or something's gotta change in the plan. Just come back and.
Sure. Will do.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
I don't see it, but I need to know where it goes.
Okay, so we'll take Mr. Moreno. Please state your name and residential addresses. For there.
My name is Ryan Severn.
It's all about 53 Henry Street.
I'm here representing the homeowner I have for the solar company and power.
You have a letter on file for the local.
Yep. Yes. Yep.
The reason for the continuance, the hearing was continued because of the land owner and a representative failed to appear before the commission. And now they're here, so we will also need to give us
Yeah, sorry about that.
your review as to what you're calling.
So it's kind of hard to tell from those aerial drawings. It'll be easier when you see the street view. Right, everything, with the exception of those 4 panels on the front of the house, basically not going to be visible. That front south facing section is a very steep, tall roof. Everything behind it is east-west. There's 2 rays that are east-west, and then part of this is a flat roof. And you basically can't even see it from the street, and it's flat, and the panels will basically be flat too. It's a rubber roof, and as well as the it's actually not notated on this Andrew, if you go down one more there, the utility meters and that, it's actually a little cutout that's even more secluded, so you can't even see the utility meter actually from the street itself.
Any street views, Andrew, please? Anything we can see or?
Yeah, so geez. Yep, so you see that? It's like a door or something bump out right there, bump out. It's just behind there. So all the disconnect, the inverter, all of that equipment, conduit that will run off of that back flat roof from that array down to where the meter and the inverter and the disconnect out.
And the meter itself right now?
The meter is also behind.
Oh, it's on the back.
Yeah, yeah. There's that picture there and that work he's got there.
Just the number of one.
Oh, is it? Yeah, yeah, it looks like it's.
So the conduit from the upper units will come down to the flat roof and then come down further.
Yep, they'll run off of the asphalt roof sections, the east-west sections. They'll run down to the flat roof portion there. And then from there, they'll run off the back of that or off the side of that, but it'll be hidden by that cutout there.
Right. So it's all in the back.
So it's all in the back, and then the conduit that's for the south facing array in the front, that has attic access, so we could just do an attic run and just pop right through, run it to those east-west facing arrays that are behind there. We did our absolute best to keep all of the panels, many of the panels on those back roofs as possible. Originally, we were going to have everything on the back when we were designing it in our software, but when we did the actual site survey and did the scan of the drone, it turned out that the roof measurements were tighter than we thought, and so we couldn't fit all of them, so that's why we were moving with those 4 things. So we tried to keep the middle.
You're hearing us okay? We're speaking loud enough for the system.
Can you hear us, Judy?
Hey, commissioners, any other questions? I'm gonna be open.
Yeah, question.
Yes, please, Bob.
Did you consider putting those 4 panels on the garage behind?
No questions from me.
Thank you.
That would involve trenching, up to trench, and that's a lot much more expensive, and it's really difficult to trench through the driveway. I think that the driveway extends around that cutout area, and when you go through trenching through driveway, it's a whole beast.
Okay, that's your job.
Yeah, so we opted not to put panels on the garage, and especially for such a small number, because those when you have small sections like that, like those hip roof facets, you have fire setbacks on every single one of those now. So the amount of panels that you can actually fit on a single roof plane like this now, because of the setbacks, is I could maybe fit 2 panels, if that, probably on a roof facet like that. and it's not very economical. Fortunately. If the setbacks weren't there, we could fit a lot more. This is an asphalt shingle roof. Yeah, that's an asphalt shingle.
Anything else, Glenn?
Anything else, Ken?
Yeah, that's something. Sorry.
Okay, that's it.
Okay, so I'm gonna open this up to the public.
Just like that lady that was on my.
Yeah, ooh. Is there anyone in the audience who'd like to speak either in favor or not regarding the request of the solar power panels on 19 Miranda Park? Since there's no one, I'll bring it back to the commission for the questions or clarifications, commission. Therefore. All right, well, then I'm open to the motion, so please. I'm feeling the middle part.
I make a motion, we approve the application that presented for the 92 Marengo Park with the installation of 27 solar panels on all sides of the primary building with utility equipment to be placed. The north side rear of the primary building, conduit will also be placed along the north side of the building as well. Shall contain the conduit in the same color as the exterior affects to as presented in the application for internet site.
Do I have a second? Second. Thank you. Further discussion, Commissioner? With Judy, welcome.
Yes.
Yes. Roll call.
Yes.
Kevin Coffey?
Yes.
Yes. Question.
Yes, you heard in the first application, what we've approved is everything that you presented, so for some reason, something's gonna change, in the parks, kind of, go in a different place. Come back, and it'll be approved this way.
Plan.
Thanks.
Okay,
We did.
yeah.
Yeah, we just. Yeah, we did.
Okay, I think so. You know, okay, we're down to Mountain View.
Yes, I don't see one or two.
So 21 Mountain View Street. Someone's here for that property. Yeah,
So we can put that at the end, but it does expire this meeting, so.
Yeah, so we have to hear.
we'll have to do.
Yeah.
So we'll get, half the street is not here yet. So we'll go down to new public hearings. 120 Harvard Street, so we'll follow the family, so follow it. You could give us your name, residential address.
Rick Rivera, Florida is right, so how it last.
Staff brief, please in. Whoops. Please. We want to do Harvard Street. The petitioner submitted an application for certificate of appropriateness for the purpose of installing 22 solar power panels onto the south side of the primary building, with the utility equipment being placed on the western side of the building, located midway along the side of the building. Conduit would also be presumably located midway on the western side of the building, and is currently planned to remain unpainted silver piping. The vast majority of panels are unlikely to be seen from the public way, with the potential minimum visibility of the panel on roof sections are 8 panels.
That was written before I got updated plans, so. If anything's changed, just let them know.
Yeah, no, nothing have changed. I mean, we moved the disconnect and everything like the gutter to the back of the house. So nothing is gonna be seen from the front of the house. Everything was placed all the way to the back. Conduit will be for the RA section under the attic area. So you won't
Under the attic.
yeah, so you won't see no conduit from the front of the house, and everything else is placed in the back of the house. So basically, you won't be able to see no conduit.
Is the meter in the back of the house?
No, the meter is placed on the front of the house, but we were able to move the disconnection thing all the way to the back.
All inside.
Is this it right here? Oh, that's right. Blue and yellow?
No,
Which one?
This isn't that house?
I think this is the house, right?
yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
so here's the meeting, right? There.
With all the disconnects and whatnot.
I'm gonna be in the
If you're around back.
All the way inside.
And the conduits in the back.
And the panels, you said received 8.
RA, that will be on the left side of the house. If you, it's gonna have 3 panels, I believe, over there. So, inside, I wrote, start, so. See, exactly.
And trying to get to the street.
Oh, that's okay.
And the trees blocking it. Yeah.
What the? Dartmouth Street side, is it Dartmouth Street? Back side? Or is it Harvey?
It's Dartmouth.
It's on Harm. So. Yeah, I'm just. It's from a public way, so if you're on. Dartmouth, what are you gonna see from the back? Or is it just, is there trees and the house and you're not gonna see any of this stuff on the back anyway?
Yeah, I believe you won't be able to see, nothing from the back, and also we did the house next door, so.
You use like the Google map, guys. We'll go around and we can look, and if you don't see anything, then we don't really have to worry about it, but it's what can be seen from the private way. So we focus on the front, but if you're on the other street, you can see the entire back of the house and there's a clear shot from, say, Dartmouth Street. Then you can see everything in the back. If it's covered up, then you can't see it, and not clear. It looks like you can't really
It's dry.
see.
It's dry.
I think the panel. Yeah, yes, once I think the panel is. There. I think it's on this roof right here. I will see it through the shade,
Yeah.
roof, be that there.
Any commissioner, further questions, comments? So, another question, please. On the schematic. There's the AC/DC converter and other equipment is currently shown at the front. Yeah, and you said that you're moving it all to the back. Is there a revised plan?
Oh, yeah, so that's this updated one.
Oh, so that's not,
Yeah,
Yeah.
so in the updated version, you can see. There. Yeah.
I see. Okay. Anyone else? I'm gonna be open this up to the public. Is there anyone here who'd like to speak? In favor or not regarding the solar power panels as discussed at 120 Harvard Street? No one. Thank you very much. I'll bring it back to the commission. Commission, any further questions, or I'm open to the.
I make a motion that we accept the application for 120 Harvard Street. With, for certificate of appropriateness for installing 22 solar panels on the south side of the primary building. Utility equipment to be placed on the western side of the rear. Conduit presumably midway in the rear as well.
As per the discussion.
Right, as per the discussion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Right, no, it was yes, all the vote,
Yes.
Kevin Conley,
Yes.
and you thought.
You guys have it. Here's tell everybody before. This is what we approve. If something changes, we'll come back and see.
Thank you, how was it,
Bring us some asparagus in the spring, huh?
Little have a couple of groups, so.
Okay, we'd like to. Thank everyone for their patience, we're moving to 35 Burger Terrace. Come on, Dennis, address.
Sean Jones, 2 Murthas Way, House 18, Randy, Connecticut. Good evening.
All back.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
See you as well.
The more you see me, the more business for you. So that's a good thing, huh?
So the overview, the petitioner submitted an application for a certificate of appropriateness for the purpose of installing 28 solar power panels onto largely the south and east facing side of the primary building, with utility equipment being placed on the western side of the building, located towards the front of the building, but seemingly behind the fence. The conduit will also be presumably located on the west side of the building, towards the front, and is currently planned to remain unpainted silver piping. Panels on the eastern part of the building, with sections R3 and R4, will be seen from the public way. See the point. So maybe you can give those.
Yeah, and that was written before I got to update it, so if anything changed, just on me.
Yeah, things have changed. I think you confirmed the update.
Yeah, I got the updated plans here, so yeah, just let them know.
So as you can see on the back, where you see R12 roof space, that's what we'd be putting on the equipment, the cut off right there, the image. So understanding what the need is, we revise the layout.
Street side is the bottom side.
The street side is the front of the home where it says front, that's the
Got it.
street. On the right side of the
The
diagram.
front, where's this front? I should
Yeah.
probably look at that, right?
No worries.
Appreciate it.
And then on the bottom part of the diagram, as you can see, roof R3 where they're talking about, you can see from the street. Those are big dormers in the front, so we stayed away from the R5 design. I put them on R3 efficiency wise, but if you're standing in front of the house, it's hard to see. But if you're coming down on the opposite side, because it's a 2-way street, you can see them a little bit, but there's also trees on the neighboring property and a big grass space. So the neighbors have a tough time seeing cars coming down. We'll see those front right there. And then the rest are on the back and on the left side back. And
So that'd be where the houses.
Yeah.
there's a few there, yes. And they're black on the left. Conduit running through the attic space. And then to the back. There'll be one conduit that exposes itself on the back and went down to the meter. A lot of wiring in there. We connected different solar panels through the attic space, all on the bridge or A-line, A-frame, whatever you want to call it. Okay. Understanding the need. Being side here at times.
And what are you going to see from the outside?
There's 5 on that roof space, that R3 roof space where the mouse is. There's 5 to them.
And at the right angle, you could probably see on the other row, you could see some of the other ones.
The next door.
So some of these will be visible, is that correct? At the right angle? Yeah. At the right angle.
Yes. And the right season too. Which is
Right.
Any questions from commissioners?
If you require that, it's on the back of the home, so.
Andrew, can you go around the corner, since this is kind of like on a big rounded
Yeah.
corner, can you go around to the right side to see, is there anything? It looks like it just faces the apartment,
I see.
is that
Yeah,
right?
there's a commercial building back side. That's where the conduit will.
So there's nothing from this street, there's not another private way in back, right?
No, there's a commercial building behind it.
Mhm.
Her yard extends back pretty fairly, so. That's how this, our conduit is sitting up.
No.
Let me open this up to the public, please. Is there anyone here that like to speak in favor or not regarding 35 Riverview Terrace? Plus for us. Certificate. Don't jump up and down. If not, we'll bring it back to the commission and look into the motions.
And it's gonna be 28 people.
28 kilometers.
Make a motion to accept the solar application for appropriateness of 35 Riverview Terrace as presented tonight. For the installation of 28 solar panels, largely on the south and east side facing. Specifically, the shutoffs will be in the rear of the property, the conduit will be in the rear.
Into the attic
The
space,
conduit from the panels will run into the attic space.
back to the rear and out to the meters.
Yeah, great, okay, good.
Second.
Further discussion? You know, we take a vote, having coffee,
Yes,
each gentleman, one already, it's Judy Brown, who else? And Walter Phil.
Yes.
Thank you, Rick.
Thank you.
You too, you're always working with us. That was good. I'll see you, Leaf. You too.
Andrew, thank you.
No problem, thank you for being here. We have two applications back to back for 111 Florida Street.
My name is Boyd Bowles, owner of Innovative Roofing. We've been contracted by the homeowner and Sunrun. The homeowner name is Derek Hill. 111 Full Street to replace the roof.
So the application overview, the petition is submitted an application for a certificate of appropriateness for the purpose of replacing a slate and asphalt shingle roof with Owens Corning true definition duration asphalt shingle.
The homeowner selected Onyx Black, so it's been black on black. Also selected black drip edge, so it's not going to interfere with the fascia boards or the molding exterior of the house. It's just going to be replacing the asphalt instead.
Do we have some? Anything color that shows?
Yeah.
Back, current,
We have any second.
I have that.
Oh.
And the actually the bottom, that bottom strip is black. That black asphalt on lower shelves, the lower. Yep. Onyx black.
the existing roof.
You can see there if you place some of the black shingles on the lower roof.
Yeah, this is the colors.
doesn't look black to me.
Well, it's slate, yeah,
That's, those shingles are probably 30+ years old
on the porch.
on the porch. You can see the color variation between the ones that have been replaced in the lower left.
But the top is all slate.
Yeah.
Right. What's the existing condition of the roof up top?
There's several slate panels currently missing. I don't know if you can see them in that chart right there on the top right hand corner of the peak.
Oh, Gary.
Hey, Derek.
Oh,
Nice to meet you, man. There's, actually can't see them in that photo, but there are, actually on top, the very top of that peak on the right hand side, there's several still pieces that are missing. Nope, top, definitely down.
I see. So what is the homeowner's intention with this slate once it's removed, because it's worth so much?
He's not removing all the slate. That portion right there will not be removed. What's being removed is what we can't see from the private part of the property. So I don't know if you have the ability to go to the back of the property, you'll see where we want to remove that slate. What he's gonna do in the front is replace all of the shingle in the front.
They're on the
On
porch.
the
The first
porch.
floor, the
Yes.
first floor.
But we tried, my goal was to keep my slate as much as possible, because it's worth so much.
Mhm.
But when it became reasonable from a solar perspective, amount of panels, the back of the roof, we're gonna replace that slate with shingle and put solar panels on each side of the property to give me a reasonable amount of solar.
Yeah, payback.
I'll pay that, yes, you got it, return on investment.
Yeah.
So that bottom half and then all the shingle on the second floor is gonna be replaced. And I have another roof on on the other side. And I chose that black to complement that roof there. And then I don't know if you could see from the other angle, my friend. If you could go in that, yeah, go in there. Yes, so that right there is gonna be replaced, right?
In the back.
In the back. Up on top, my slate, that's the part that's gonna be taken down and put solar panels there and the other side. And it's gonna be solar panels on the roof of the garage. That was my real approach. I thought I was gonna be able to have enough on the garage. But the dimensions on the garage and how they're gonna put the panels were not suffice. So then I explored other options, and one that didn't feel good about, but it was gonna be reasonable, is to take that slate down, put up panels, and then the other side, you can't see anything from the front of the house.
So as we look at it, where that gable starts,
Yes,
right, that's gonna stay.
That
Slate,
valley,
that valley's all gonna
Yes.
stay slate, but
Yes.
everything on the back basically
Yes.
laterally
yes,
is gonna be asphalt.
yes,
So essentially 2/3 of what you can see from the street is still gonna be slate,
exactly,
right? And
yes,
then the only thing you're not, everything, so that back roof, the back part of that back valley, all of that. Is gonna be.
Yes.
With solar panel.
exactly. Was,
Right. Well, in this case, we're just talking about the roof, right?
right, we're
The
just
next step,
talking
but-
about roof right
But
now.
it's
Yes.
kind of married to the
Yes,
roof, right?
exactly,
Okay.
so let's break it up into
This is just the roof.
roof related stuff. That material is only gonna be on the second floors, replacing slate, shingle on shingle, right?
Yeah.
So we didn't do anything in shingle on shingle.
Yeah.
And then on the third roof that has slate, I'm gonna take the back one down where the public won't see, and we'll have panels up there.
So is your intention to keep this slate that you remove from
Absolutely.
patching for a little bit?
Yes. I mean, what's reasonable,
Well,
okay, because I'm not gonna have,
If you're
Yes.
careful, they'll be in good shape.
Yes. right, I will keep that for patching.
Worth a lot of money.
Plus you can use it for the front, right?
Right. Will the pieces that are loose or missing in that front,
This is
be replaced with some of those other pieces? That part of this? Yeah.
As long as it doesn't cost me any more than I'm spending now, but I wanna put myself in a position to have something like that happen, yes. But If they're talking another 10K, they're yeah,
That would be repair.
and I would like a repair, you know, but yes,
Well, you got people there with ladders and.
I haven't got to be perfect. My
Maybe they'll be coming to us.
they should. If I can negotiate from their perspective, they should. But yeah, if we could get those things repaired, the investment is to make everything look nice and clean, especially around the second floor. So now, because we did repairs in the front, so I'm gonna have a nice if I'm gonna go this far, let's have a nice uniform look around the second. Make the investment on the back end of the roof that won't affect the historical perspective coming from the public. That's my strategy.
They're responsible.
You gave me an award for my garage.
Preservation trusted.
That, okay, same thing.
Okay, we'll take credit for it.
Yeah.
That was preservation.
Okay, so, Commission, do you have any thoughts, information? Okay. All right, so I'm gonna bring this to the public. Please, is there anyone who'd like to speak in favor or not regarding the roof replacement? As we have discussed, 111 Florida Street. Yes, please.
I am Harry Seymour, with Washington Road. I commend the proposal here for its innovation and the desire to save the site roof. That is really wonderful.
Thank you, Harry. Anyone else? Yes, please.
Sarah Murray, Bowden Street, Springfield. I'd also like to also commend them for at least making an overture to protect and restore, keep as much of the slate as possible. Many people just go overboard and get rid of it all.
So true. Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, of course, the public hearing, I'm bringing it back to the commission. Commissioners, if you've heard the details, you have the motion and open the
I make a motion to approve the replacement of the existing state as partially removed with holes falling through the original as partially on its block. As resulted in the application controlling this.
second. Any questions? Okay, so I'll take a vote. Judy Brown,
Yes.
Walter Brown,
Yes.
Kevin Coffey.
Yes.
And Alan Nerdy, yes. Thank you both. Thank you very much. You might want to sit down. Stairs.
You're up there. Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Wow. We're up next with one of the many contractors, but.
How are you?
Good, I'm doing happy.
Welcome back.
Bob Decker
on North We're here to propose the install of 44 black on black solar panels on the back portion of the home and on the two-car garage in the back of the yard.
Let me read this over to you for the audience. The petitioner has submitted an application for certificate of appropriateness for the purpose of installing 28 solar powered panels onto the north rear side of the primary building, as well as the detached garage, with the utility equipment being placed on the north rear side and eastern side towards the rear of the primary building. The connected conduit will also be presumably on the north rear sides and eastern side towards the rear of the primary building. The panels on the northern rear side of the primary building, as well as the panels on the detached garage, are likely to be minimally visible from the public way, as you can see in the front. Okay. We'll let up for it. So what more can you tell us about it?
Well, we have the battery on the back right side of the home. There's the shut-offs on the right side of the home. That you can see labeled there. And the A gate is also going to be on that corner on the right side of the back portion. And
But it's on the back wall.
it's on the back wall on the right side, and the main battery's on the back side. And the shut offs are on the right side. And there's two inverters on the back side. And then any conduits we run into the attic, and there's a trench being down to the garage. And any conduit that's exposed, we can paint the color of the home.
Rich?
Have you been?
Several times. Does it show? It was here several times.
Any further questions before I bring it to the public? Okay, so out to the public again regarding 111 Florida Street. Anyone in favor or not regarding this proposal for certificate of appropriateness for solar powered? No one? Thank you. The commissioners, and we'll continue with further discussion on the motion.
Make a motion, we accept the application, solar application on 111 Florida Street is presented. The review of appropriateness for the purpose of installing 28 solar panels on the north and rear side of the primary building, as well as the detached garage. With the utility equipment being placed on the north side and the rear, the eastern section of the primary building. Panel will also be presumably on the north side rear, painted to match the building.
Second.
Second is Philip.
Just one, it's 48 panel or it's
44 panels total.
44, 44 panels.
Including the garage. There's 28 in the main house.
28 for the basic.
And then my application of 44.
So I had to correct them out on the house. Well, we have it for that.
Right, well, that's right, 1 4 times.
Looks like 30.
Hold on, yeah, there's more on there, and there's only 12 over there. rather,
On
so-
the garage.
Yeah, so there was a there we saw.
So you
My
got.
my main print.
Yeah.
So yeah, 4,
16,
4, 16, 32.
32. So you have 32 on the.
Yeah, 32 on the main roof
And
and
then-
then 12 more on the garage for 44, so.
Let's know about what different guys wrote.
Okay, so hey, just for curiosity,
Yeah,
these number of panels give you more than sufficient.
that's what's adequate for them.
It's so that your electric bill would be zero.
No.
He
No,
knows more about exactly what he's.
no, electric bill will not be zero. The goal was to get 80% of the electric bill.
Okay. It'll look pretty impressive for a website, huh?
Yes. And electric car.
Oh, well.
That's what I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, all right, so commissioners, are you going with the further discussion? I'll take it.
You already have it?
Yeah.
Okay, just wanted to throw that and give you the.
36.
32. Yeah.
Yeah, 32 on the main house, 16 and 16, and then 6 and 6. Side of the garage.
Is that okay with your motion?
Yes, I amend my motion.
And I'm set.
So Alan already votes yes. Kevin Coffey?
Yes.
Walter Pro?
Yes.
And Judy Cliff.
Yes.
Thank you both.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy your full venue on your effort making this.
I
It
appreciate it.
takes a lot, it gets a lot of times people don't do that, so.
It's a nice colony, no slate, you know. Thanks.
So much. As you know, this is what's approved, so it's got changed for some reason, they're good back.
Yeah.
All right, giddy up.
Enjoy it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, sorry, go forward.
Yeah, 102, it's not good, you're coming in, about the event, I don't know if there's, I think you'll be there. Yeah, we'll do it.
This is 21 Mountain View here yet?
No,
Okay, what's this?
What was that?
172 Thompson.
Yeah, 172 Thompson Street. The first one down, state your name, the residential address for the record.
You gotta say it loud for the record so we can hear you.
Yeah.
Excellent,
In your affidavit.
awesome, thank you.
Well, the translated for us, small amounts.
Okay.
Read from staff. Yeah. The petitioner submitted an application for certificate of appropriateness.
Was undeclared, so I was gonna let the check out here, just clear that.
For the purpose of obtaining approval for replacing the previous asphalt shingle, installation roof wood and small shingle. Those,
If you don't mind, and just for clarification, as I understood it, the roof contains some slate before, and then that's why we're here. And it's been, actually, this project has already been done, so.
Oh, it's done.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Was there insurance loss?
Yeah, it was insurance loss for you.
Something happened to the roof?
Yeah, they said it was going to be a lot of it, they said also, so they said before they cancel insurance.
Okay, and who actually did the work? Who replaced the roof?
Springfield City. City for the Springfield City.
City of Springfield replaced the roof?
Yeah, they went to them, I believe, because they replaced the windows.
Do you have any information on?
I don't, they must have gone through the housing, Department of Housing, so that, I didn't know that, so I can get more information if we.
Was it like an emergency application where you needed help and you petitioned the city for the emergency program?
They do have housing.
Yeah.
Yeah. What year was this?
I believe,
Oh, last year. So it's already done. So someone told you had to come here?
Yeah, there's the building.
Yeah, so they must have denied the building or put the building permit on hold, and needed to get approval.
With the ag house.
Yeah,
Is this it?
and this one's top of the trees, but.
Oh, okay. What is that?
Yeah.
With the blue steps.
So that's the.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Is that a tree that's bent? What is that?
It's just a really old tree.
Oh, okay.
Are you able to speak to where the slate was on the roof?
The slate is where the garage is up, right there near that window,
Mm-hmm.
and that's right side where the garage is,
Here?
all the way down the driveway.
Oh,
Yep, that up top of the window.
gotcha.
Over the gable
Yeah.
bump out?
Yep, that's where the slate
And
is,
that
that
was
little
it?
part, yeah, that was it. Yeah, and they said it was bad, so.
Yeah, yeah.
Could you, think the camera and go further away from the house, just so we can see what we can see?
You want me to?
Just turn, because they have a feeling that you're not gonna see
Can't
much
see it.
other than the porch to the left. Remember the house? Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, I gotta see it. Discussion.
No, I would just be curious from a city perspective, the city helped with it, how that process went. Unless it was just a mistake and they found out afterwards. It was, fine.
Yeah, I can follow up. I don't know if you wanna have that information before you approve it or
No, not necessarily, but
just
it
process.
seems odd, yeah, from a process standpoint, it seems odd that the city would do something and then not.
Not proven.
Yeah, and it seems like they're kind of retroactively, oh, by the way, oh, you needed a permit, oh, we were supposed to go this way.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
if that's in fact what happened, we don't know, we're all trying to.
I can ask housing exactly what happened and I can report back at the next meeting.
So is this the the way that the roof looked before?
No, that's the new,
That's, so that is the,
yeah, that's the new.
can you get an aerial view of that?
Yeah. Oops. I went so. That one was 2025. May.
So that's been since at least that's right, through May.
This is what's.
Yeah, 117.
Yeah, so they must have needed to get a building permit. And to close it out, they need to have approval from the commission. So it's likely, yeah.
So that was the only, that was the only place where there was.
Right, I guess for what I'm asking was, if they got this from the city. And this is a May picture, why did it took so?
I'm,
long
yeah, that part,
for them to be told, hey, you need.
yeah, that part I don't know, I would have to follow up with housing, maybe they were trying to, finalize whatever funding source they were working with, and they needed a building permit, and then they're, what's that? What was that? Yeah, so the Office of Housing, I'm speculating to close out whatever funding source they were working with, they might have needed proof that they got a building permit. And so when you went to go get your building permit, then they identified that you needed approval from the historic.
So
Yeah,
what you wrote in the application was you need, the roof had needed to be replaced in order to get insurance. So the insurance not to be canceled.
No, I probably didn't say, but they said we had insurance, but it was we had insurance, but then they came out. And they said, you know, do it before they cancel.
Okay.
Who came out?
The insurance,
Oh, okay.
did it to the inspection.
Yeah.
I tried to find an email, but
Mhm.
it was a while, so I think.
Makes sense, okay. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, thanks. Kevin, anything? No. Okay, so, this is the public hearing. Is there anyone here who would like to speak in favor or not regarding 172 Thompson Street, roof replacement? I know you're dying to say something, but. We'll bring it back to the commission. The commissioners, I'm open to discussions and or. Your motion.
I make a motion to approve the already installed replacement asphalt shingle roof portions as presented in the station and during the speakers here. At 172 Thompson Street. So are we gonna declare what this is now? Is this, would this be a hardship? I should have said that first.
You wouldn't have to.
Yeah, it'd be hardship. Make it well.
Okay.
and I'll put the hardship down as.
Yes.
The insurance, like lots of insurance, yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
Kevin, did I hear you say? I second it.
Yes, he did something.
It's gonna take a vote, Count Marty is yes, President Duffy? Yes. David Paul?
Yes.
Walter Phil?
Yes. You're all set with this, so you guys know, we've been hearing all these hearings, you're in a historic district, so for some reason. You have to do anything to the house, even if it's. Tree fell on the roof and it smashed it. You still gotta come to us to say this is what we're gonna do, so long as the porch, if it's steps, if it's any of that stuff.
And now we know.
All right, thank you.
So thank you.
No,
Okay.
thank
Goodbye.
you. Have a good evening.
Baldwin Street. Please state your name, residential address.
Stephen Jamalski, 22 Lone Springfield. This is here as the authorizer, it was under the Wire, who was proposing to infill the currently vacant lots on the Moses Street.
Okay, I'll read the overview from staff. Petitioner has submitted an application for a certificate of appropriateness for the purpose of constructing a single-family dwelling. The petitioner is specifically proposing the following: Color Lifestyle Series True Divided Light, white aluminum, clad wood, double hung, double pane, 6/2 windows. Simpson Door Company, white wood, traditional single pane, and covered style glass placement door. Hardy plank wrap siding. Landmark 30-year architectural asphalt shingles, color yet to be determined. Heat pump design is provided from the floor.
And there might have been one change with the updates that I received regarding the windows. Instead of white, it was dark brown, black, or burgundy. Dark.
Yeah, I want to apologize. It was a little bit of, right before the holidays. We worked on this application. And we changed the rendering, and I thought we looked through the application, but the windows are not white, as you see from the rendering. And they're a dark red burgundy. And that did cause some consternation in some people in the public, but it was not intentional. It's clear. We are
Okay, great. Thanks for the update.
Okay. We have a changes or anything.
no. There's another thing we need to.
Yeah, it's all.
Well, I want to start out by saying some of you were here. The Commissioner Full. Maybe the only one, but we came in, I don't know if it was November or October. And at that time, we had a considerably different design development on one floor. And I want to say that I was, as some of you know, it's worth stating, I was 9-year member of your commission. So I understand, when you're on the street with 2-story houses, that the obvious thing is to put a 2-story house in. But when your client who's paying you specifically requests a 1-story design, I gave it a try, it didn't work. Also, in the design before I won't dwell on it too much, but it was much longer and extended because the bedrooms are all here, facing in front. One thing that I want to touch on just briefly, I don't want to get into it, but it's for you people to decide. There's group homes in Springfield. This is a group home. There's a specific Supreme Court decision in Massachusetts that says that for the people that Guidewire serves, they have a right and cannot be denied with a 5-bedroom house. So, and I'm only bringing that up because you're going to hear that there's some people that, are not in favor of this design. And I guess my answer to that is you can't please everybody. But just keep that in the back of your mind, that it may be more the function of these people than the actual design. So starting with the actual design, we're trying to pick out some of the elements. I guess I also want to start by saying, as a modern architect in my entire career, has mostly been in Springfield, and I guess I would state that it's not my intention, and I wouldn't do it just to basically literally copy one of the houses and say, well, let's build them. So everything is an interpretation. So we took some of the elements, which are, I call them Italianate brackets that you see around the top roof. We took the hip roof, which is also from the district, houses right on the street. At some point, if Andrew wants to scroll around, we can. It might because some of the public comment seems to indicate that this design doesn't fit with the neighborhood, but I contend that it does because of the porch issues They're very similar windows, almost identical to some in a modern sense, so they're modern manufactured insulated windows. The porch is an element that, you know, is found up and down Bowden Street. And I want to specifically address one of the issues that two of the public comments mentioned. And it's undeniable. If you see on the left-hand side, we even put a person in a wheelchair going in. The client requested, and we've designed in here, and that's part of what the porch does is disguise. It's a handicap ramp because some of the people that are going to be serviced in this house, 5-bedroom house, are handicapped. So, and it's just a matter of geometry that when you're kind of go from one level to the next, and you and the building code and the handicap code says for every inch you go up, you got to go foot horizontally. It starts to take up a lot of space. And like if you were to try to put a handicap ramp, and you see it, everybody sees it sometimes when people get older, they have an emergency, and they take a historic house and they put a ramp on it. I mean, it wraps around the whole house. And it's very obtrusive. So that was a decision that, again, it was the request of the client, but we tried to address it as best we could by incorporating it into the porch. But we also did not make the floor level as high as the adjoining neighbors. But the massing and everything else is, I feel, appropriate. And the fact is that this property has been vacant for 25 years. And, you know, this is a well-respected company that has assets that they will build this. They will clean up this vacant lot and make it responsible, and it will look like this. Yeah, although to the best of my knowledge, color is not determined by, yeah. Because the other design was, yeah, I don't feel that in the midnight color is controlled. Yeah,
Just asking a question in terms of design, so, you know.
yeah, I mean, obviously the owner, and in the future they paint it, but you know, all right, if we can just, you know, like, okay, so obviously here on the left, that's a huge Victorian.
Right.
So my design that Guidewire wishes to implement is not in harmony with that. But let's just keep going. But there is a porch and there are historic details. This one is, again, you know, you can't pick your neighbors in a historic district. This is another, but if we keep going down the street, we'll see some that sort of blend in with yet another one. Let's skip past this one and go to the light blue one. Whoops. I think you went past it. Yeah, okay, so finally, here's one. And you could say, well, boy, that looks kind of out of place. If you were gonna present that, you'd say, hey, that's not Victorian. That's kind of small and the roof isn't that tall. But you'll see there's a porch. There's brackets, there's a big overhanging cornice. It's asymmetrical. There's two windows on the right, one window on the left. It's about as high off of the ground as the others. However, I hope you'll accept that explanation of why we didn't go 4 feet above the ground because of our handicap issue. So my contention is that the design does fit in with the neighborhood. It's going to be a huge improvement where there's a vacant lot and has been trashed room for years. This is going to be going in a missing tooth, and it's going to be done well, and you should approve it.
What is the lot?
What? Oh, the lot is
One in from the ends of.
yeah, so it's yeah, it's one in, yeah.
Let's see what's.
Oh, okay, so yeah, actually, if you want to go to the right, so that's a large brick house. And then
Gonna be next to the.
that's, yeah, that's directly to the left.
Side, yeah.
You want to go to the one on right?
Next to the brick house and next to. Oh, you said-
That's gonna be the one on the corner, they're gonna be between those two. They're gonna be right between those two.
Yeah, and there's a huge, I'm not sure if that's a red maple or whatever, it's huge, that's gonna be, saved.
That's really like a Harry Potter tree.
Yeah,
It's gotta be, I
yeah,
don't know how old it is, but it's been there forever.
yeah, so. I mean, it's a tricky thing, that. You know, I don't wanna spend a lot of time defending myself, but the reality is. That if you've got the pencil in your hand and you draw all these Victorian details, then the client just says, well, why are you doing this? We like to do that. I need something a little simpler. So that's why, I mean. In other words, it's a complex process. It's not just fitting in with someone's perception of walking down Bolden Street. It's what can be realistically built, what is needed by the client, and they're willing and have the means to afford to pay for. And that's how this design developed. Of course, it could be grander, it could be taller, it could have more brackets and whatever, and then it could not be built.
Questions, Commissioner? The only comment I'd like to make is I think hiding the wheelchair ramp behind the front of the porch and under the porch is actually making the ramp safer because it's cold. And now there's no snow on the ramp.
Right, and that's intentional that I try to sell that idea of all my clients and not all of them, but
Not and it is.
It's a much improved rendering than what we had before.
oh yeah, I mean, I
You
think
can tell there's been a lot of effort to allow you to do this.
and it was,
But-
frankly, it was the flexibility on it.
I get it.
To,
Okay,
because they had to agree
sure.
that they were gonna utilize their staff in such a way that they could have to.
So two questions are, there's, you answered the one on the color windows. The front door, there's like,
Oh, yeah, that was another.
is it gonna be the one in the?
No, it's gonna
Is
be.
it gonna look like this
Yeah,
one?
it's gonna look like that, but it's gonna be stained. In other
Okay.
words, it's gonna be like a wood color.
Yep.
Kind of like
Okay.
this, not white, because white would stick out.
Yep. Okay. And then the grids for the windows? Are they?
Yeah, the grids, I
Are they gonna
don't
be-
know if Andrew had a chance, we corrected the application, so because basically we used the Pella online brochure, but they didn't have the right grid pattern, so I didn't realize that, so we changed, what's submitted for the record has the right grid pattern.
It's just a portable one?
Yeah, it's, no, it's not.
6/2 or?
6/2, yeah.
Okay. So it is 6/2.
Do you, hopefully you have that?
That's the new one.
Yes.
The 600, that's it, right here.
Right, but what was
No,
written
that's.
in the application, so.
I mean, it put in
It's
the,
different.
I put in the write-up, it was 6/2 because that's what the
Yeah,
elevation showed, so.
but you'll see, if you look through what we submitted. There's 6/2 on the grid.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Because I didn't realize that. Pella didn't have a 6/2, it's called a custom grid, so. You
Yeah,
can basically.
I do have that, I must have missed that.
Yeah, but I would say, you can't go wrong if we just say, we're gonna go by the
Okay, so these are external grids.
external grids. Correct.
It's an external grid, but the application circled is simulated divided light, no space on. I just wanna make sure it's external grids.
Yeah, but with the simulated divider light, that's got the external grid.
As long as it's got the
Yeah.
external grids,
No, and I tell my clients.
we're good, that's all,
that,
I just.
How important it
Just
is.
asking, just making sure.
On a cloudy day, you really notice the difference.
I have it right here. That's the 680.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the correction. You know, that. We neglected due to the holiday rush and basically to go through written part of the application, we obviously changed the design, but I didn't realize there was those errors. Inconsistencies between the rendering.
The other question from the chief?
I have a question, any particular reason why the illumination is so low, like the,
Yeah, it's because of the handicap wheelchairs.
that's the only reason?
Yeah. Because basically, if you think of it, if you go up 1 inch, you have to go
You gotta
up.
go,
So if you go up 48 inches, which is about the rest of the house, you gotta go 48 feet, and you can't go 48 feet in one run. You gotta go 30 feet, then you gotta have a 5-foot level landing, then you gotta go another 18 feet or whatever. So that's within reason. I mean, you didn't put it right on the ground, but it's basically up 1, 2, 3, 4 steps. So it's in each step is what was 7 inches. So it's about less than 30 inches.
And the railings are behind the windows first.
Yes, the railings, that's another thing that is kind of like from the building code. If you go up, if the vertical fall that you could have is less than, I'm not sure, I think it's 34 inches, but whatever, it's where we put floor of the porch is low enough, so you don't have to have a 42-inch chest high railing. You can go with a 34-inch, and that allows you to have the windows.
Still see the windows.
Yes, still, and also it just kind of looks, the proportions on it look better. And that, I don't know if we, Andrew, did we say, or did it ask like what we're proposing for the railings?
That was my question. I didn't see anything on the railings.
Yeah,
I don't see it.
Yeah, they'll be painted.
3D, are these
Yeah, they'll be
handrail, balusters up in the middle?
yes. Although they'll be relatively straightforward, they're basically like square strips.
But but the handrail.
The handrail will be
will have a
more.
baluster.
Yeah,
into
right,
the middle,
exactly,
right, into the
yeah,
bottom one.
exactly.
Right.
And those will, the whole thing will be painted. We showed it a slightly different color in this rendering, but. I mean, the reality is we might just paint it all blue but if you did that in a rendering, you would be able to see it. So just so you know it's there,
Well, it was actually, it looks like, I don't know if it's a wood stain, but the wood stain would complement the door, that's like.
yeah, actually, that may be how it turns out. And then the handrails on either side of the stair will be the wood as well. Painted wood.
And the materials for all that?
What do you mean all that?
Well, is it gonna be pressure treated, is it gonna be?
Oh, no, there's no, like the framing of the pool will be pressure treated, but there's gonna be no exposed. Everything that's presented will be painted. Yeah.
Okay, other commissioners? Let me open this up to the public. Is there anyone who's like to speak regarding the proposal for the west side of Bowman Street? Yes. There's one person, please give us your name, residential address.
103 Bowman Street, Edward Rodriguez. House is directly across the big house right in front.
Little louder, please.
My house is 103 Bolden, right in front of the property. This house doesn't fit into the property, it's to the neighborhood, there's nothing to compare it to. I mean, that house is the size of my garage, the one he's trying to put up. And this, you have enough problems as it is to make it a home, there's nothing historical about it. We have enough issues in the neighborhood as it is.
All right. Thank you.
As far as the yard being abandoned, I owned the house for 4 years, I've been cutting the grass for 4 years. And before me, Stephen Gray from 86 Boulder, before he sold it, was doing it for 20 years. Now he's too old to cut. So I started cutting. Now this gentleman owns the house next door, 86. He also takes care of it. So there's no, doesn't fit into the neighborhood at all. It's not good for anybody, not just Boulder. That's my take on
Thank you.
So that's a no.
That's enough.
Absolutely.
And can you give us your name and residential address?
I'm Jamal Seymour. I own the brick house that y'all showing right next to the house. To me, it just looks like the house. It doesn't look like the other houses. You got these 4-floor brick, 3 levels. It looks like it would bring down the property of my value of the house. And I would rather sell my house if I'm gonna lose property value. So if his client wants to purchase my house, that's fine. I'm willing to consider, to see what the person wants to buy it for, because it may be less than what he's gonna use to try to build the little one that's next to me. Mine is 11 bedrooms, 4 levels, and I got land from front all the way to the back, so they can even build another piece of property. And it won't take the value away from the other properties, because I've got to know my neighbors, and the neighbors, they got these big houses, and they want to keep the value.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I mean, we might as well build a hotel and we just gonna make homes big now.
Thank you. Yes.
Sarah Murray, 79 William Street. And then it's interesting that he used my house, which is a small house, as a reference for something that was inappropriate in his mind, considering the fact that my home was built 30 some odd years before any other home on the block. So yes, it precedes Victorian. We had some of the things that he was able to correct in the application. I commend him for. It looks a heck of a lot better than the last attempt. But I am surprised at the lack of attention to detail in his application, where he seemed to not review the details that he checked, that it would be white windows, white door. The panels of the windows were incorrect. The panel of the front door was incorrect. You know, as any casual or intense reader, I'm concerned that he thought we were just going to be looking at a picture and not reading 10 to 20 pages of application for detail.
Right, I think you already explained.
Well, he did after the fact,
Right.
but before you submit something to the Historic Commission, why don't you review it for detail?
Right.
One.
But he did it.
Fine. The fact that it's still, when you show the picture to numerous people in the neighborhood, it still gives the appearance of industrial. I mean, one of the things is that definitely the foundation is awfully low. Now, one, the building could set back further from the street. That would make an incline for a handicap ramp allowed to be a little bit more of an incline, so therefore the foundation could be higher. Why is the roof overhang extending beyond the right side of the building, which again gives it sort of a mall appearance? That doesn't seem to be appropriate at all.
So you're a no.
I'm a definite no. I think it's a step in the right direction towards something, if he's positive that it's going to be built there, but I do not think that it has quite met the needs of the neighborhood and the architecture that surrounds it.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else? Yes, Harry.
I'm Harry Seymour, 68 Washington Road, and I tend to agree with everything here. You can try to say that there are things that have been improved that make it, you know, a little bit better than it was, but it still doesn't fit.
Anyone else? Either for or not? Okay, thank you very much. Bring it back to the commission.
Could I just interject in response to one of the items that was brought up by one of the people speaking out in favor. The idea was floated, or I presented it to after I found out this gentleman didn't contact me directly, but indirectly. And I asked Guidewire if they were interested in acquiring the Victorian, and they said absolutely not. They bought, or they owned this property as part of a package deal with the old 995 Worthington Street Mental Health Association office is being redeveloped. And they bought it, and it's part of the deal that they had always planned to put a house there, and they own 41 properties that they manage in Western Massachusetts, and they've never redeveloped a historic house or somewhat. Maybe just because of the cost are phenomenal in terms of keeping it up, and it's just not appropriate for the population that they serve. So.
Okay. Go commissioners.
You have public comment at the end. I'm sorry, you have public comment at the end.
We have
Letters, we have letters, we have public comment, we have letters to read into the record. Yeah.
We don't know with your packet.
I have Sarah Murray. Sarah Murray, January 14th, 2026, the Springfield Historical Commission. New construction West Side Bowden Street. Bowden Street is comprised of homes built between 1870 and 1911 and are of Italianate colonial revival stick style and Queen Anne designs. The proposed home by Guidewire is a little better than the one proposed originally, but still doesn't fit in with the existing homes. It is even difficult to determine what style of building it is trying to present. When I asked neighbors what they thought, they told me that it just looks industrial. This appearance is in part because of its extremely low foundation, clearly not fitting in, and its low slung roof line. One would hope that the architectural rendering of the proposed building would accurately reflect the listed items on the following pages. This, however, doesn't seem to be the case. The drawing shows brown or dark windows, each with 6 panes over 2, yet page 3 of the document states white windows, and the circle design shows 4 panes over 2. The door provides the same confusion to the observer as the drawing shows a dark door with a single pane of glass, yet the door design included in the application on page 4 says white door. These differences almost imply that the architect or the firm just didn't care enough to be accurate, or that we would not bother to look further than a drawing on the front. This is you, right? The second attempt is better than the one originally submitted and rejected by the commission, but still falls far short of what we should expect from a well-known architect who should be more knowledgeable of what we expected. This proposed building is still far from acceptable, and we hope that it will be rejected by the commission. Thank you, Sarah Murray. This is public comment and John Toms, 79 Bowden Street. Please reject the proposal for a single family house, quote unquote, 86 and 104 Bowden Street. Not only does the design disregard compatibility with other residential and historic houses in the historical district, but it still has more the appearance of a commercial building than a residence. It would greatly detract from the appeal and value of our neighborhood.
We have one more from Jim Golden.
Oh, you want me to read it? Need some water.
You did very well.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Jim Boone from 97 Florida Street to the Springfield Historic Commission regarding the construction Bowden Street, made up of 9 homes built between 1870 and 1911. They are of Italian and colonial revival, stick style, and Queen Anne, as per McCreed. Which is the style of this proposed home? One has to ask if this home is appropriate architectural addition in the middle of a very different style neighborhood. I have the following observations about the current proposal, which is somewhat better than the first one suggested. That was denied by the commission, but still does not meet the standards the commission should require for them to make 9 historic districts. There are inconsistencies between the colored drawings and the start of the application. In detail shown on the plans, the windows of the drawings are dark color, the application is white aluminum. Dark colors are more appropriate, the drawing shows windows 6/2. Divisions, the application shows 4/1, 6/2 is preferred. The front door in the drawing is single pane, the application shows 2/2. Single pane looks less like the style. Typical side or back door. It is important that porch railings do not go higher than the lower part of the window casing. Not clear what design of railings are, size, and materials. Other houses on the street have higher foundation, this one hugs the ground. The house lacks symmetry as windows are oddly placed, which makes it out of balance and haphazard. The low slung roof line needs some elevation. What is height of the building? Does it look dwarf? Does it look dwarf compared to the other houses on the street? Specific measurements of height of building as well as size of windows and trim should be included. The proposal is a start, much work is needed. Well, you only found this thing out.
There might be more on back. Yeah, that's a page over. There. I don't know what happened.
So in this place to introduce a totally new architectural design into an established historic district. Does it do justice to the neighborhood and contribute to the neighborhood? I would say it does not. Thank you, Jim Booth. That's the best of it. So I have a question for the commission. I wasn't here during the previous review, but was there a site visit to take a look at the site along with the drawings?
No.
No. Because to me, I think it's important to be able to feel the streetscape. Not just a Google photograph. Because the three-dimensionality of the houses really tell a story. And that may tell the commission more of a story to help guide the design and the owner. Because as we know, the owners always want to be careful with money. But the best assistance I think we can give the architect is to really pay attention to the streetscape. Because that's what I'm hearing. It's not, oh, I don't like that size house, or it's, oh, I don't like the neighborhood, or blah, blah, blah. This is something about the scale of the house or the detail of the house that's not fitting in. I think we can speak more clearly to it if we're out there at the site, hopefully in a warmer day.
How long do they have the information on who's trying to build this house?
I don't think that matters not in public hearing, but I appreciate your thought.
But it is public knowledge.
Should be.
The company is Guidewire Incorporated. Guidewire. You can look them up. They're reputable. They're the real deal.
Thank you for.
They used to have a place on the bottom of Mill Street in that whole.
Yes.
Guidewire.
So I don't know if your commissioners are, if you think about it, commentary about holding. Not taking a vote and maybe also have more guidance about being there at the site.
I'll check it out.
What's the bylaw overlay on? You can only have one up to 3 commissioners on, because otherwise it's considered a public hearing. How many people can come for a site visit?
That might be a question for Attorney Shuchuk in terms of what constitutes a or when do we have to notify a gathering of a quorum if we were? He is, yeah.
Attorney Shuchuk, can you hear us?
Well,
Yes, I can hear you. What's the question?
Oh, Al's suggesting we do a site visit to the street, look at the the plot and the street.
Yep.
Question is, from a public meeting perspective, the legal part of it, how many of us can go without it becoming a public meeting, or can we all attend to just see the site?
Well, it's a little different because you're just seeing that you're looking at the street, a public street. Is it?
We want to see the site and,
Yeah.
and the detail of the adjacent homes and so forth, to understand the full street gate of the street.
I mean, should we look at it independent of each other? Should we not be there all at once?
Yeah, I think you should kind of treat it like it's a normal. You shouldn't go more than two. What's the I think it's two.
Two, yeah. Historically,
Yeah.
it's been whenever we do a
Yeah.
site, we never have more than two of us together, so that it doesn't constitute a meeting.
Yeah. Yeah. So it
But
doesn't.
I didn't know what the actual number was, so we just wanted to ask.
Yeah, I would say no more than two, but it's a little different because it's just a pub. You're just walking down the public street.
Yeah.
So
Could we treat it as a potentially like a continuance? So like we would continue to a time and date certain that we meet at this site to conduct the site visit.
I
And
think
then
we would see it, but we would just come back. The suggestion would be to continue to the next meeting to see it, and that becomes part of
I
the.
was just saying,
Yeah, continue the meeting.
Yeah.
We can independently go to the site.
Yeah.
And come back with our observations. My intention would be to take some photographs.
Mhm.
To be able to help present.
yeah, I was just proposing an idea. You want to meet collectively as a whole.
Yeah.
But
We want to avoid that being a meeting.
yeah, I think just no more than two to be better safe than sorry. Be my suggestion.
Okay. So, I'm willing to go over. Do those. Okay. And then if you want to go independently.
Oh, it's well. I can still go with you. We can still go together. I mean, everyone.
Or sorry.
We'll like coffee, don't bring coffee.
All 4-year-olds just go.
Because it would
It would be considered an open meeting, a public meeting.
And we just want to.
So that's why we asked the city attorney to make sure we're not violating an open meeting.
So my question was, how much time do we have? As far as the continuance, if the ones are bound to, they can go.
So this is a new application, right?
yeah, this one expires on February 15th. And so if you're wanting Steve to be there, it might be good to arrange that now. Otherwise, you could just arrange amongst yourselves on when you want to go. So it's really up to you all.
I mean, if I could interject, I think, because the public had the chance. And they spoke rather demonstratively against guide wire. I think, if you want to, or I would suggest you, to be fair to Guidewire and their employee, you should invite us. And the people from Guidewire will come. Because it's not just, like I'm saying, it's obvious, you could build a 4-story. One like right across the street, but they're not gonna build it. They're not
Right,
gonna
but
build it. So there's somewhere there's.
The historic commission's purview is about what it looks like. It's not.
Yeah.
What the cause is, what the use is, what the budget is, it's
No,
all in the bylaws, it's just what it looks like.
Right.
Now, the other stuff from a humanitarian perspective is important, but as far as the historic commission goes and the authority that it has, it's just the design. That's really it. So when we go for a site visit, it's just to see the street, the houses on the street, what's being proposed and how that might look. So nothing against Guidewire, but what they do as far as what the building looks like shouldn't impact.
I guess because there's, I'm just going to state my opinion as a citizen. There's an obvious range, and if you go throughout any historic district, they're not all huge Gothic Victorians. And so that's that's my point is. It wasn't a stylistic somebody saying, I don't like Gothic. Don't give me that, Steve. It was like, it has to be reasonable for our budget and for our use. And that's why they asked me, and that's how the design go. I'm just asking you to.
Even on Mill Street, we got an apartment building,
And then there's like these big houses right there in the, so I get it.
But do you feel it would be advantageous to have, because I could do that.
I think.
I can't guarantee that someone from Guidewire would be.
I think Guidewire should be, we should have your client come with you at our next meeting.
Yes.
So they can speak publicly.
Well, I mean, I want to address that too. They operate 41 homes. And none of them have been in historic districts, but they've decided that it's just not in their interest to defend what they do. And they don't have to.
Sure.
So that's why they were very specific, that, because they got invited to.
That's why they asked you to speak on your own.
Exactly.
Honestly.
That's understandable.
But they would be, I think, willing to meet as a subcommittee. I shouldn't speak for them, they might be.
Well, you'll tell you when we're gonna be there and they'll certainly.
Yeah, and it's,
So they're willing to meet with you guys, but not with the neighbors, right?
Well. We are continuing the meeting,
Right.
which means that we will go and view the site.
I appreciate that.
And-
but I think you're not,
That's important.
but it's not actually, you're not continuing the public here.
No.
No, we're not. We're just going for us as board members to see the site, see the landscape. That's it.
So. If the owners wish to change their mind and come to a public hearing, which would be. Not at the site, it'll be here in the public, then they're more than welcome to do that or continue to have their architect. To represent them. And we will independently go as two commissioners, just to get our. Visual review, not just what we hear, but what we see through very clearly. And then we will come back independent. And present what we have seen independent of each other's groups. So that the public can hear what this independent review is.
At the next meeting.
At the next meeting, which will be public.
So you saying that they're not willing to like. Possibly do another rendering, like.
No, what I'm saying is that, they've been in business for a long time. And they've been asked, none of the other ones are historic district, but it's a group home. And basically. There's nothing that they can say to people. Because they're gonna operate a group home, they can't say, oh, well, we're gonna go out of business, or we decided we're not gonna operate the group homes. So other than that, the neighbors are not gonna be satisfied, so they decided it's not in their best interest to go.
Right, that's not our purview anyways.
Right.
Yeah.
Our purview is to decide.
That's the.
Right.
Yes.
But,
That's why I feel they might be willing to.
so there's two group homes on my street that were created from. The big houses on my street.
Yeah.
You're saying they don't want to.
Yeah, I specifically
Okay.
mentioned the offer
Mhm.
of people that spoke in public, and they said just the economics of they already bought, in other words, that
They
lot,
own the land.
even though it's a residential lot, it's connected to the big lot.
Yeah.
Where on Worthington Street,
995.
and it was a package deal, and they're not interested in acquiring other property.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is you need a motion to continue?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm open to that motion. Please.
Go ahead, make a motion that we take the new bill for West South Golden Street and schedule it for the next meeting. And councilors will independently, view the streetscape.
Okay, do I have a second? Second. Done. We will take a vote down there, yes, Kevin? Yes. Walter?
Yes.
And Judy?
Yes.
Thank you. So we will continue this meeting. In what weeks is it?
February 5th, so that's actually 3 weeks.
February 5. Right? With those that are interested.
And
Same time.
Same time channel.
Same that time. Same.
I knew you were gonna say it, so I had to cut you.
Right, could I just ask an informational question, like, with everybody can do with Al, you can make it a fair mistake. If I meet you and we wanna, obviously, the client wants to get the approval of the commission. So if, let's just say theoretically, well, if the roof was 2 feet higher. Would we have to do the whole application over again, or is there some? I can't remember if there's a mechanism that you can slightly adjust to the public comment.
Well, we are not going to be meeting with the owners, so we consider that both that piece of it was.
Okay.
We're going to meet independently and bring our findings back to the commission.
Okay.
At the public hearing, they can not hear that.
Oh, and then,
And
okay,
then you can alter or take it back to the.
Right.
Or, but between now and then, you could, based on feedback, go back and make a change, and at the next meeting say,
You know, it's gonna change.
I wanna update this, I wanna offer this, I wanna update that. There's nothing preventing you from suggesting.
but is that a whole other application? Or
No, it would be update to
If they
the
already
application,
Okay.
and since it's a public meeting, Andrew would notify the public of whatever changes you're
Yeah, we
suggesting.
would make.
It's a living application, so it's just changing with, just like you with the.
Okay,
So if there's something you would like to change based on feedback, you could update the application, and as long as Andrew gets it
right,
prior to notifying the public of the meeting, saying here are the additional changes that would happen, will become part of the application of this continued application to the next meeting, right?
Yeah, I mean, I received updates though,
All the time,
right up to the meeting.
all the time,
So,
so.
good.
it's preferable if you can get them to me
Yeah.
2
You
days in
just,
advance, but I.
you just know we can't meet on site and say if you do this, we'll approve it.
No,
You know that,
I know that.
right? So that's, yeah.
They were seeing from the comments, the written comments and the oral comments that. There's, people are reading a disconnect between. The material that's in the application, so at the very least.
Clear, it's already been correct.
Correct,
Yeah.
correct all of that, so that the application is also in place.
Great.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Oh, so, how are we,
We're gonna be,
Andrew,
we're gonna be needing to get him on the fifth.
but do you want me to attend?
Not in private.
Oh, okay,
We're gonna be finding that, there's something to do at the meeting.
okay,
And we won't even all be together on site.
right, yeah.
Because we can't.
It can't be, so all we're gonna do is look around the street and come back at the next meeting.
And I thought maybe I was misunderstanding, I thought you were, and I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but I thought you thought it would be advantageous to me.
You.
Oh, here, not on the street, okay, I misunderstood.
I did too. Like,
Yeah, I was here.
Yeah, like meet us over there. That's
Would
what
that
I
be a
thought.
conflict of interest?
I think so.
Okay, all right.
Because in the public will not be there to give us their.
Which the young gentleman was saying, like, you know, when we don't.
Right,
Yeah,
okay.
But I did think. I wasn't saying.
I do have one comment about this, as a private citizen. If that company can't build what they want to build, they might consider selling the property or splitting the property and selling half of each neighbor. That's what I mean.
They could.
That's
That's possible.
Sure.
You can make it off on mine.
We can keep you look.
Okay, we have to continue.
No one.
It's 21 people.
We have one of the votes and then 21 now.
So you're taking, coming on your first. 21 miles minutes from here. I'm not an owner.
Yeah, the petitioner, whoever the owner is, or the representative.
The owner is not here. No, he's right, exactly.
So that's when expires on January 30th.
So we have to.
Deny it and
Yes,
then,
to deny it.
yeah, and then it will be, they are gonna be required to resubmit. Caveat is that this happened last time and no one came back to us, so.
Yeah, this week.
Attorney Shucho,
Yeah,
you still on?
Yeah, what's going on?
21 Mountain View.
Yep.
This is an application that had, I think, work done without permits and without coming before us. This, so they come, was this for the stop work order, Andrew, or how did this come back to us?
Yeah, so, it was a stop work order, violations. They had installed the windows and doors without approval from the historic commission. We came to find out that there was no building permit issued for it as well. The last time, well, actually back in 2023, there was an application that was submitted. The commission approved the siding, but did not approve the windows. And it got continued, and then the applicant didn't show back up for the continued hearing. So the windows were denied at that time. So
And
they went ahead and installed the windows. So there's kind of a history with the applicant having gone ahead without approval. So I guess the question is, if we deny it today, we want to ensure that we either get them back in here
We're looking for some kind of enforcement mechanism, because whoever this person is kind of done work without permits, and now we're in the same situation again, where we have to vote on it because it's gonna time out. If we're gonna deny it, we're gonna be back in the same boat, so I guess just asking your opinion on.
Yeah, so is the stop, so they still have the stop work order?
Yeah, there's a violation, and I believe the building department has a stop work order. This also was a building that was gonna be sold. I believe that might have fallen through, but I don't know. It's on the market, so the question, I guess, is can it be conveyed with open building permits and violations?
That I would have to look further into that. I couldn't get you the answer right away, but in terms of enforcement into getting them to come back, can't the building department start fining the property? I know we can't, but
Yeah.
so if you just if you deny it, and so they have to resubmit an application, but if you can kind of get with the building department and see if there's any fining or anything that can be done on their end.
Yeah.
I'm just sorry, this is a kind of a bad answer, but
We're gonna deny it, we're just looking for direction on, I guess it's rhetorical, how do we get some accountability for the owner?
okay.
He's already done some stuff, and now we're gonna deny it. And
Yeah. So I'd say deny it, and if Andrew, if you want to just send it to me an email, I can look into it.
especially if the guy's gonna try and sell it, I don't know what can be attached to the title or not.
Yeah.
Or, how what the city's abilities are legally to.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm looking at the your little write up for 21 Mountain View Street right now, and yeah, if I can look into it and get you the answer by our next meeting, I guess. How's that?
Okay. Give me under administrative updates.
It can be.
Awesome.
More than just me.
Okay, so I'll open to a motion to this night.
Okay, make a motion, I'm gonna be careful on this.
I guess it would be in the affirmative, so if you vote to motion to approve, and then everyone vote.
We'll all vote now.
Yeah.
So I'll make a motion that we approve the application in 21 Mountain View Street as presented.
Second.
All those in favor,
No.
Walker,
No.
Judy,
No.
Marie is no, and Kevin Coffey.
No.
The motion is denied. I mean, yeah, so what's the name? Let's follow it through. And I will still have one left. One there from 103 Townsend.
Hey, you guys get back with the building department on this. Before Andrew. Night, book.
There's someone to be heard for 102 Townsend.
Two people here from 102 times.
I'm sorry, I did not hear it.
Oh, no, that's good.
Perfect. Thank you very much. The reason for the continuance. The hearing was continued for the purpose of allowing the petitioners to research how to recreate the historic rim addition for the purpose of submitting the rendering of what is proposed. We get your names and residential addresses.
Yeah. 102 Townsend Street.
Okay.
My name is Khalid Al-Janan. I'm from 291 Fairview Avenue.
Hey, Okay, so the meeting was continued, so you forgot to us about briefly in the reality as well.
So I will be the translator.
Thanks for coming and doing that again.
You're welcome. I'm sorry for the not show up a couple times.
You're not getting paid, if you're that time doesn't show up.
That's wrong. Okay.
Let me try, but it will fail. Thank you.
So yeah, this one, we found a couple a couple of pilasters. That's for the cover of the top of the pilasters, I mean, the right of.
The top right there.
Top,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And then we found, the bottom ones as well. That the pilaster is going into it. So I do have a couple of pictures that we could buy it, but I just want to make sure that we.
So the last meeting, what we were trying to confirm with them is that as long as it looks like the ones that were there.
Was.
If it looked like that, if he recreates that, we're good.
Okay.
That was the struggle.
Right.
But if the, the handrails look like that. And the baluster pieces, the little one by ones,
Yeah.
if it looks like that, then he's fine,
Let's go.
right? So as long as it's that, and he's just replacing it that way. That's fine, that's all we've been kind of trying to get to,
Okay.
right?
Because, so actually, since he changed that. I don't think,
So this-
he's gonna find, yeah.
Yeah, he's got double depot ratings up.
Right, I don't think he's gonna find the same as the old ones. Because it was like these old ones, so it's kind of difficult to get the same ones.
So what is he
So he
suggesting
has,
for?
so he has an idea of these ones, if that's okay.
Is that wood?
It is, just showing like it's a.
Find those.
Yeah,
Can,
yeah.
can he just put a piece in the middle? When the top.
We've already talked through this like 6 times
I
now,
know,
and
yeah.
he just can't, business, I mean.
We, it's Khalid.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so he wasn't here when a couple meetings ago, I think when we were talking about buying the product from like an Amazon or something, so you had showed them, Sahib,
Yes,
Sahib, that you could get the square balusters online.
Right, that's.
And then, so I don't know if it's worthwhile to have that discussion with Khalid, and maybe that would help. Because the material sounded as if they were easily attainable. It was just a matter of making it look like that.
Because actually, like, was the little concern as the top, like the top wood. Like he installed it's really tiny, so even the hand cannot like put your.
Yeah, what he has would go away,
Right, right.
like, it's just not, it doesn't conform in any way.
So he found another one in Home Depot with these.
Okay,
So, like, I mean, we could buy it.
it's
like
a lot better, I mean, that's
Very similar.
that's kind of what you need, is you need something that has a actual handrail, and the balusters go
right
up into the middle of them,
That's
right,
what-
just like that's what you want.
Okay, so, okay. Yeah, that's what.
He could see this bottom piece right, this piece right here, this one. This one right here.
Yep.
This one. This piece right here, he could put that in the middle, in other words. You got the top one.
Right.
You got the bottom one. He can buy another one of those and put it in the middle.
Like a double decker, because that's all that is.
Right, okay,
That's all it is.
okay,
So he still has these squares.
right,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's got 2 of these and 1 top.
okay,
You understand?
okay, yeah.
Yeah, It's actually very easy to do it this way.
That is honestly, right,
Because they're already made.
okay, yeah, they are ready to stop. Okay. So are we gonna receive?
That's what you're proposing?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that picture should.
So we need that as part, or if you can send Andrew a screenshot.
Sure.
Cause we need the product type,
Okay.
right? If that's gonna be part of the application and that's what you're gonna use, that's fine.
Okay.
And then you're gonna paint to match,
Mhm.
right?
The
And
paint.
you gotta wait till the spring,
Okay.
but you're gonna paint to match,
Okay.
right? Is that right?
Yeah.
Make it smaller, let's give a number.
Yeah, get it, if you can get a product number, we can just add that to the application.
6 inch routed rail. Andrew. And 36 inch square end baluster.
Was it square?
No, he's gonna send me this picture. No. From Home Depot. The balusters that you get now, they speak to you, that's what I think regulation.
He's thrown, that's what he's got now.
Right.
Yeah, so that's just a 2x5.
I don't think that balusters, I think those are skinnier than what he's buying.
Yeah.
This one is strong, it's good.
No, it's right, no, but it is that. No, it's that.
Cause I think those are skinnier than those look like 1x1s, which is probably was already there, it was just 1 inch by 1 inch, it was a 1 inch square. These are probably thinner than that,
I think we need like,
but if it's the same, you can use what you want, but that design is what the old railings look like.
okay.
Thank you for.
Yeah, you will have.
Single window, these are.
And right, and the height,
I guess same.
The same as
see how you can still see the bottom sill of the window?
Yeah.
That's the height you want. You don't wanna be taller than that.
That's the fact, that's not.
Joe, Peter, can you show what he's got now?
What?
Show what he's got now.
How do you?
So that one's slightly taller, you can't see the bottom of the windowsill.
Yeah.
It's just a little, it's a little too tall, if you came down maybe 2 inches.
And
it'll be okay.
Andrew, bring the other picture back for me. See this white, see the rail is the same level as this. Now go to the other picture. There it is.
Yeah, that
This
higher-
rail needs to be
That
down.
railing's higher than the number.
That's right.
Okay.
So you wanna.
It's funny, right? You've been on your porch 1,000 times, you never saw that.
I know.
Now you see this, you go, oh yeah. Yeah, look at that.
Thank you very much.
I'm an architect, so I'm gonna see that.
Yeah, the little things matter, right Al?
Yeah, sometimes they do.
Okay, that's.
Okay, so so you guys, that's railings, everybody's good on the railings?
So I suggest you make a small little sample.
Right.
Bring it to Andrew, and he'll say, oh, yes, and then go buy.
Okay, sounds good.
So you don't spend money.
Thank you very much.
So the other item was just the handrails. Those were gonna be black pipe, right?
Yeah, they should
The
just,
same.
They should be like that.
Just like that.
yeah. Or you could have black pipe handrails.
Right.
Okay.
Go back to the old one,
Oh, and were they black? pipe?
right down the right.
Oh, yeah, right.
Over here.
So you could use,
Buy that at
you
Home
can
Depot.
get that at Home Depot, it's just plumbing, it's piping,
Right, okay.
Pipes for
black. You can do one like that, you can do a round one if you want, but that's what we ask is black pipe handrail instead of the wood.
بقول بحط بقدر احط فوق مسكه فوق الخشب.
لا بس يكون المطور احسن.
You just screw one in into the post,
Yeah.
and then you can either put it in the ground, or if you got wood, you can put it on the last one, but typically it goes right in the ground at the end of the.
بس صار مو في موضوع ما بشتغلش صعب.
I'm sorry, he just
It's okay.
said that
No,
it's not really like easy to get the same forms. That's why he
what you're looking for.
At Home Depot, you go to the plumbing department. The plumbing.
Yeah.
Home Depot.
Yeah, it's just,
It's just pipe.
you can get 1 inch,
that's
2
what I'm
inch, 3 inch,
saying.
it's very, it's like going to get a 2x4,
Okay.
With the knife on it.
very common.
شفت اليدات هاي نفس
لا لا لا
لا ما فيش لا والله ما في لا والله ما في أنا شو قروا أوصل
So you just, sorry. Yeah, you're just saying like this one, he got this is a wood. Here. But I told him like it has to be a bottom.
Yeah, the reason why we don't want to use wood, because it's not gonna be strong when you make these kinds of turns. The steel pipe stays strong.
Stays strong.
Okay. When you're walking down the stairs.
Okay.
I've tried to do it a little too.
No, yeah. يقول هذا يقول الخليج يقول أطمن من الخشب. يقول الخشب ما يقول أنا مسافر مش ما فيش حديد.
بيصرف عليه نفس النظام هذا
هو نفس بس أنا
Just a simple pipe. That's simple.
Just like the old liquor نفسه كلش بسيط.
Like Legos.
Legos here.
They just screw together.
نروح يعني على ظهر طول
بس. So I'm sorry, does he needs to combine these roads?
You don't need those.
Yeah, just take those railings and just come off.
He does not need them because this is a historic district.
This, okay. They will have. You go down one beach and so with this only in. And I'm in South.
Why we'll do with more
Well,
I know sure.
So, all right, yeah, so I told him that I'm gonna help him to get this thing plugged or any simple bio that can help.
one piece.
No.
أنا بشتغل
هي
Okay, so, good.
But I know maybe this one like will do what you have.
I can tell you, if you want the wood railings, I'm gonna say no. That's just plain as I can be. If you wanna keep your railing, the railing you have, I'm gonna vote no. So you're not gonna be able to keep them. You gotta work with us to make it match, because if you make those railings like that, you're gonna put those Home Depot railings up. For the balusters and stuff, that's gonna look really nice. And then when you see your handrails that you have right now, it's gonna poke your eye out. They're not gonna match. No, it won't look the same, it won't look right. Like what you have now matches. Right, because it's the same stick style and the same railing style, but it's all gonna change. Right, you're gonna change all the railings and then try and keep the hand railings the same.
This is black steel pipe in Home Depot.
Okay, see.
It's plumbing pipe.
Yeah.
Yep. But it's,
Oh, did you find it?
yeah, 10-foot length of it is $30, $35. The material costs are very light.
Just one pipe.
Well, you've got one braid and you've got a couple of joints, but
30 feet would do a whole side easy. Yeah,
with the 10
because you're just gonna cut them and then have, just like that, you'll have one elbow, you'll buy a couple of elbows.
Right.
Right? Something to mount
What's
onto the wood, something to go in the ground.
Okay.
You'll have another elbow when it goes down,
Is that 2 inch?
probably 2 inch, right?
It's two or handrail guidelines, say 2 inches.
Yeah,
So
go ahead.
2 inch black steel pipe.
Yeah.
Or by 4 pieces.
Probably do it with one.
You probably do it, if it's 30 feet, you could probably do it with one piece and then you just gotta buy the little knuckle connectors. And you'll just, cause it's 30 feet, you don't need 30 feet, you might need 10 feet, right?
This was a 10 foot.
Yeah,
They
okay,
sell them in 10 foot lines.
10.
10 foot's probably all you need.
Because I think they already tend like one to the ground and one to the.
Right,
Yeah,
so that's
it goes up
30
to the
inches up.
post.
Yeah, it's less than 3 feet up and then it's probably less than 4 feet back, so you should be. Have ample material.
It's the reason for the 2 inches for your.
Okay.
Okay, so how timing wise for this?
I
Gotta
know
go on
guys
to
are kind of being a meeting to meeting, so today we should.
We'll continue to the.
I don't know if we
No,
will
we-
continue.
We gotta go on this today based on what he's presenting, we were gonna do this last time.
Okay, so. We have to vote. So what you're suggesting is, yes, we can do this.
Okay.
Then we will vote yes for this.
Okay. Yeah.
But I suggested you always stay in contact.
With Andrew.
Make a sample,
Right.
so yes. It's easier that way. That way there you can get surprised because of our language. All right, so.
Does that make sense? Huh? Okay.
Well, so do I have,
You can count.
so do I have a motion?
Okay, so I make a motion that we accept the application for 102 Thompson Street with. The railings to be constructed to model after what's in the existing picture with the product from Home Depot. Shown today. And the handrails will be 2 inch black pipe rail
And fittings
yeah, and the fittings to mounts.
to duplicate what was there originally.
Exactly.
I second.
Okay, so we have a second. Second.
Third.
Okay, Mary will say yes. Walter Pro,
Yes.
Judy Pro,
Yeah.
and Kevin.
He can
Yes.
do this. He can do this.
Oh, okay.
He can do this.
Yeah.
He can do this.
Just.
He can do all that, he can do this.
You know, these smart, you know.
So the condition says yes with this detail.
Okay.
You will work it out.
And
Yeah, within, so this is what we approved.
we
Okay.
Yes.
You have a problem, you're gonna go back to Andrew and find out.
Okay.
What are the plans?
Oh, I can do the fence now. I was waiting for this hearing to be done before I move forward with the fence.
Oh, so you
Yeah.
will listen to this. What about the other? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If you could just make sure you send that, can you make sure you send that to me?
Yeah.
The-
Yeah, that's
Screenshot.
Yeah. Oh, sounds good.
Hey, nice.
Have a good night.
You have my email.
Thank you so
right?
much. I do have it.
Great, thank you.
Thanks.
Okay.
Okay, since I lost my agenda, there's nothing.
We're at administrative at on stage, right?
Yeah, I had a few just not applicabilities that I approved, temporary fixtures to stabilize a roof and disrepair, that was 2612 Main Street, that is a single building district, a lot more key building, so there is kind of a roof that was falling, so it was a temporary fixture to stabilize that. Exterior repairs to the rear porch at 85 listing, asphalt to the roof at asphalt to the roof at Harvard Street. And Fairfield Street was replacing a flat roof on a touch garage with no change in material, design, or outward appearance. That is a Springfield exams. Few letters of support for funding opportunities, but otherwise That is all that I wrote.
Good. I got, Attorney Shuchuk, you still on? Oh, I got Rob.
Yeah, Bob.
Attorney
Hey.
Shuchuk?
Hey, yeah, I'm sorry, what was the question?
All right, I have another question. We have, with the ADA component and how, you know, the historic commission, we can never eliminate ramps due to ADA.
Yeah,
So as far as the bill goes, where you have somebody that is gonna have a ramp and they're allowed to have a ramp, what rights do the historic commission have? Can the petitioner just say, I'm gonna have a ramp of any style I want because it's ADA? Or does the, you know, commission still have the right to say what it needs to look like?
can that question be answered? Can I look into that further and then
Yes,
the answer?
absolutely. So like
Okay.
that's what's coming up with the Bowden Street property is that they're saying they want to basically put it on the ground because they built a ramp.
Well,
Yeah,
So I just want to know from a legal perspective, if I say, no, the foundation heights are X and that's what the rest of the neighborhood looks like.
yeah,
Can't tell me you can make the house any way you want and then say it falls under ADA. I just want to know legally where
yeah,
what rights we have.
yeah, just architecturally, the ADA does not tell you the ramp has to be a minimum or a maximum of any length. All
Yeah.
it says is the pitch has to be 1 and 12. So if you go up 4 feet, you're gonna have 48 feet of ramp. I'm just gonna zigzag your ramp and go in.
Well, I'm just asking the question because the architect specifically kind of inferred that, you know, if you're building something like this, they have the right
yeah,
to kind of do what they want. At least that's kind of the way I inferred it. So I didn't wanna.
He can do the way he wants because of the Dover thing. Or, you know, the home
Right, but I just
home can't be denied, but
specifically, I just wanted to know if we say no because of this, because of the height of the foundation.
Yeah.
That's still.
Good guy, where.
Yeah, the guy where say you're, you know, you're violating the American Disabilities Act by
Yeah.
denying my application due to the height of the foundation.
it's
gotcha.
my
Yeah.
understanding and Attorney Shuchuk can check me on this, but it's my understanding that this is new construction.
It is new construction.
So it has to comply with the Americans with Disabilities Act regardless.
Right, but
Yeah, they can't use any of these old because some if
It's
it's an existing building, they can get away with the some of the safety things like the railings and stuff. But if it's new construction, they can't fall back on that.
yeah, I just wanna, I mean, specifically, if I say I don't like, you know, I don't like this because it should have a 48-inch foundation.
That's, you should
So-
not deny it because of the heights. You should deny it because it does not.
It doesn't conform, but
It
that's,
doesn't conform visually.
but that's, right, but that's my statement, is that most of the houses do have a high foundation line. So it's one of the reasons why it doesn't quite fit, and that's been brought up by several people, and even in our new construction guidelines, it's one of the things we put in there. So while it's not finished, it was one of the best practices that we put together. And it's in other historic districts suggestions, because in historic houses that were built, they did have higher foundation lines. They didn't sit right on the ground. So I just want to make sure legally, if this comes up again, it's not like a problem.
Gotcha. We'll do.
That's all. The question I have then is it a question of conformity with other houses that exist in this neighborhood, or is it a question of conformity with an architectural style? Because you can certainly argue that an Italianate building could have been built, and I've seen them, you know, that close to the ground with a ground floor that's
Right.
virtually.
I don't wanna. Mine's just a legal question, so if I say, you know, it's because of the height. the city can't then be sued because, you know, I'm just asking the question now so that if it's a problem, then we won't talk about that, but if it is, then fine.
Gotcha. Okay.
Just process and legality, trying to avoid a problem if there's something to
Gotcha.
it. Sorry.
We don't have any correspondence, so quorum is called for February 5th.
Hey. I don't know.
Okay, I'll put you down as.
Definite maybe.
Alright, definitely.
Is that a definite maybe for you too, Walter?
Yes.
Okay. Two definite
Definitely for me. I'll be here.
Don't speak up.
Those coming speak out. No public comment? Going once, going twice?
3 minutes if you'd like to talk to us about anything.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor as vice chair? Aye. Motion adjourned?
Yes.
Motion to adjourn.
Aye.
Aye.
Take it easy, everybody.
Thanks, counselor.
Bye.
Counselor,
See you later.
Chuck.